Привет, мои дорогие любители полезать. С вами Мистер Хаус, и сегодня мы с вами рассмотрим, точнее не рассмотрим, а будем играть в игру под названием The Stanley Parable. Да, ребята, с вами Мистер Хаус, и сегодня мы будем играть в игру под названием The Stanley Parable. Игра, сразу же скажу, для людей с ненормальной психикой. Лучше не смотрите, как я это играю, потому что в самом начале меню нам выносит уже мозг, потому что, ну, вы видите. Вы это видите, не могу сказать. На настройках вообще все круто. Вот это как понять? Клавиатура, вот. И, боже, я люблю эту игру уже. Экстрас, ачивмент включено. Воу. Фига себе. Окей, сейвс не нужны нам. Видео. Окей, звук. Звук я, правда, настроил. Включены. Только субтитры, полные комментарии. Ну, надеюсь, все будет нормально. Давайте начнем игру. Loading. The end is never the end. Не знаю, в общем, игра для шизанутых. Я такие игры очень обожаю, потому что инди-хорроры... The end is loading. The end is never. The end is загрузка. Конец никогда. И загрузка уже, мы видим, долго идет. Наверное, эта игра будет прикольной. И давайте подождем. Мои любители лизать. Да, я не знаю почему, но теперь в каждом видео начало будет не привет, дорогие зрители, подписчики, а будет привет, мои дорогие любители. И что-нибудь вроде такого. И буду все время говорить вот таким вот голосом. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Class.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
The Stanley Parable.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Да,
he had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Честно скажу, вот мышкой управлять не очень-то так нормально.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Да, и сейчас я узнал то, что тут нельзя прыгать. Так, ребят. Я немного поднастроил мышь. И смотри, там что-то странное. Кстати, я сейчас посмотрел на ачивменты. Вот. Получить 2 достижения из 10 возможных. Вот, посмотрите, все достижения. И получается... Ну, я, правда, немного запускал ее один раз. Welcome back, achievement. Вот, 888 я хочу получить. И click on door. Нужно покликать на дверь 430 раз. 430... Покликайте на дверь 430 раз. Но для начала мы пока посмотрим на эту игру. Окей. Вообще никого нету.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Нет, я пойду в дверь справа.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Окей.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Да. Чуть стяжка. Номер 1. Папа номер 1. У нас...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Да, конечно. Нас уже этот комментатор говорит нам, что мы дебилы.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Все из-за меня. Все ушли. И игра начала лагать. Да. Попью напитков.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Какое-то сообщение. Ну, подождем. Да, ребят, и с каждым прохождением может обойтись того, что мне кто-то звонит. Так что подождите. Так, все. Ладно. Ну чё, игра? Ты нам хочешь что-нибудь сказать? Тут нельзя бегать, нельзя прыгать. Можно садиться. Да. Класс. Я уже привык. Ладно. Поставим тут еще немного. Блокнотик. Вау, классная картина. И вы не заметили, что тут все картины живой природы? Ладно.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Первую дверь слева. Не, ребят, нет.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Да, очень странно. Ладно, что там у нас? Окей. Что у нас? Хорошо, ладно, не откроется. Чё. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Не прыгать, не прыгать. О, смотри, там что-то открыто. Интересно, что будет, если я прыгну? Уй.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the
Да ладно, ребята.
to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Не, ну издевается. Офигеть. Господи, я люблю эту игру. Окей, мы в начале. Да, и я хочу
All of his
начать.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Вот 430, давайте нажимаем 430 раз.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click it all 5
честно.
times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
Не.
I can't just
Офигеть.
give these merits away for such little effort.
Боже, я обожаю эту игру.
Measly
Она
5
меня тралит.
clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort.
Господи. Ладно, хорошо. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the
8,
satisfaction of witnessing
50? Да ладно.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Господи, чувак. Окей. Скоро?
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see
What the
commitment.
fuck,
A willingness
чувак?
to go all the way, no matter what the
Знаете,
cost.
смотрели сейчас на
Why
жертвы?
don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, 20 раз, да ты дебил? Диктор дебил. О, вот, 417, да? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437? Где дверь 437? Я тебе еще знаю, где дверь 437. 4-3... Вот она. Раз, два...
Excellent! I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Где 415? Я не знаю. Сколько там? 10 кликов? Господи, я обожаю эту игру. 415, да? Где дверь? 456. 415. 417. О, вот она. Раз, два, три.
Now, back to door number 437.
Да ладно, ну нет. Не, это ненормально. Ребят, это правда ненормально. 47.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Окей.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting
Да ладно.
somewhere.
Не, ну, хватит, пожалуйста. Я тебя ненавижу, чувак. Ого. Тут выдвинул, что ли? Окей, насрать. Так, 4-1.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419.
Залезь на стол. 419. Как? Я не могу прыгать. You can jump.
Yes!
О!
This is great! You're putting it all on the line.
Да не прям
Stanley.
оргазм идет.
All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Где 416? Блин, у него это диктора прям оргазм исходит. Честно. Здесь 16. Где-то она вот там была. Вот она, да.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine do that one
Господи.
again.
Ща, подожди, чувак, мы сделаем это с тобой. Да, да, мы вместе это сделаем.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
Да.
We did it. Oh, wow. That felt
О,
amazing.
боже, у него прям оргазм
Oh,
пошел.
you
Я
really
же
earned it,
сам
Stanley.
чуть не это.
Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just
430
think, only a
раз.
few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now?
Иди ты в
What were you
задницу.
thinking?
Иди ты в задницу, честно. Ага.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, хорошо, left, так left. Здесь открыто. Нет, все закрыто. Угу. Что там такое?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What the fuck?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got
Тихо,
back on
тихо,
track.
тихо. Что он сказал? Я просто...
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom
Иди в
closet.
задницу, должен что-то
No
быть.
reason to still be here.
Может, можно закрыть? Да, смотри. Ха-ха-ха. Все, буду
It
здесь
was
жить.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least
Интерактивные
if there was
предметы.
something to interact with, he'd be justified
Даже
in
прыгать
some
не
way.
могу.
As it is, he's literally just standing there.
Нифига не делал. Да? Вот, буду стоять и смотреть. Вот. Убью тебя.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Я не
Please offer
знаю,
me
мне
some
нравится.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Я тоже.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't
Нет.
even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Я не
I
уйду
never would have
отсюда.
thought to mention it.
Так что тому, кто никому не нравится, что сижу в чулане, можете промотать видео вперед.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did
Oh.
you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Господи. Концовка в чулане, честно.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection.
Толстым уродливый очень.
Also addicted to drugs and hookers.
О боже, я так обожаю эту игру.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Что?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your
что ли? Я не знаю, кто это.
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take
Сидит
their
этот
place
труп.
at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Интересно, если я не останусь здесь, он что-нибудь еще скажет? Окей.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came. You too? Unbelievable. At the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Хорошо. Сейчас я обратно зайду в чулан. Нет, смотрите, он ничего не говорит. Ну, пошлите, там вроде лестница была.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Пошлите. Странно, почему там за окном ничего нет? Тут ничего нету. Ого, класс. Классное место. Не хочу, чтобы дверь закрывалась. Executive bathroom. Здесь специально запись, чтобы я туда не зашел. Может, тут что-нибудь есть, не знаю. Кстати, когда я нажимаю, такое чувство, как будто я на клавиши нажимаю. Ну, я и правда нажимаю на клавиши, просто... What the fuck? А, фу, я уже думал, туша-то открылась. Не, ну просто на всякий пожар... Воу. Да может она откроется. Нет? Нет, ничего не происходит. Может, в компьютере что-нибудь новое. Тут мелкие... О, чё... Ручки. Мелкие... А! Вода. Вода. Хочу пить. Я туда не хочу. Блин, мне так солнце светит в глаза. Во, вот так вот лучше. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Интересно, почему?
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Whoa,
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. Что у нас здесь? Fuck. Честно? What the fuck? Фу ты ёпарасы-то, я думаю, я потерялся. Вниз. Уи, так весело. Окровавленные? Окей, эта игра мне уже начинает нравиться все больше и больше.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Где я? The fuck?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? Или управление головным мозгом? Нет, я сюда пойду. Что у нас здесь? Ну ладно, была не была. Я закрою глаза специально. Вот то.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Странно, странно. Окей. Камера.
Now the monitors jumped
Whoa!
to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Можно найти, кстати, свое? Почему красное, почему он горит? Что за звуки? Почему там красное горит? Воу! Какой я, кстати, был? Ну, в задницу. 412 вроде. Вот он я. Нет, это не я. 430. В общем, потом узнаем.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Офигеть просто. Класс.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Choose a 5. 5. Давай 5. Ладно, что это у нас? Вот могу спуститься вот сюда. Что это за круг? Это вода? Огоньки! Ладно, ничего интересного. Тут у нас что-то есть. Консоль disabled. Вот какая-то дверь. Нет, нельзя. Я оттуда пришел, да? А что у нас здесь? О, 4. Может, нам надо все кнопки нажать? Ищем кнопку 3. Это должна быть кнопка 3. Вот она. Кнопка 2. Где кнопка 2? Тут у нас 5. Во. Не нажимай никогда красную кнопку. Че нажать на красную кнопку? Ну не могу. А где кнопка 2 вообще? Почему здесь красный огонек горит? Ладно, пошлите в ту главную дверь Facility Power. Энергия, что-то там, управление. Как-то так. Mind Control. Классно сделано, кстати. И мы пришли к самому главному генератору, что ли. System
And when at
Power.
last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Он.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Ну да.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Нет. Я просто случайно нажал.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Задницу, задницу, задницу. Где кнопка 5?
Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desire.
Зеленый огонек.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Иди в задницу.
Moments until the bomb goes off.
О,
But what
вот смотрите,
precious moments
1,
each one of them is. More time to
2.
talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly.
Так, у меня еще есть 1 минута, я могу нажать 5.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
5. Я все нажал.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Короче, мы сдохли, ребят. Кстати, подождите, может я еще могу вернуть Facility Power? У меня есть 36 секунд.
Only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Чего?
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Я нажала красную кнопку.
Buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Я нажала на гребаную красную.
Stanley, that this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away.
Иди в задницу.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Воу. Я просто нажал на что-то, я не помню что. Ладинг? What the fuck? Это нормально или я прошел? Да, смотрите-ка. Ну ладно, хорошо.